You guys are right at that line in the sand. You're standing there wondering what to do. You need to step over that line and deliver that report to us now. If you do not do that, you become an accomplice to the obstruction of federal law on Fort Berthold, September 16, 2014, and that should be your legacy. It's more than delivering that report to us. And you must understand all of that. You must. You're sitting in those chairs. Judy, I know you do. Ken, I know you do. Fred, I know you do. You have had numerous years sitting on this council. These are the tough decisions that you are elected to deal with. Not to run away from it, not to act ignorant to, not to make excuses to us. We are at a point now where we care more about our tribal government than you do.
My baby's awake. I'm just going to leave this running for the sake of recording.
A tribal government, but we want to have confidence, and we want that government to have integrity, and we don't see it from you. Unless you deliver, unless you take action to take that report and get a federal investigation on that document. The evidence has already been gathered. What we saw, what you released on Friday night, and it is damning. If you don't understand that, get off of that position now. Yes.
Council members and enrolled members of the 3 affiliated tribes, my position has never changed the start of this investigation. We have an obligation and a responsibility to do what's right. And when the constituents of mine approached me on this, I released it to them. I didn't leak it out, like some people would say. I released it. It wasn't the full report as you talked about. And that's why we met today. But it was the timeline. And it was damning, it was. But out of the responsibility and respect to the chairman and his family, we gave due process. We did that. We gave due process. He's allowed that. He has rights as well. And so I have an obligation and a responsibility. And so I did. Yes, I did. And I'll let the vice chairman speak on what we're going to do. That's why we met. That's why we're here today.
That was an
Well,
elder.
I'm willing to sit here till tomorrow morning. You'll have to drag me out of here. But I'm going to wait until I get that report.
Me
I
too.
don't know about the rest of you, but
It's gotta be released. We all wanna know.
You know, you guys are jumping the gun. It's right here. I'll give it to you guys. I'll give it. Somebody's gonna have to make the copies because I'm not gonna stand here and make 100 copies for a bunch of people, so. And it is your right.
It's about time. We could have done this months ago. Let's not forget that.
And I guarantee you not to do the rest of this because honestly, I get so frustrated when I hear all the things that are happening.
Hold on, love. Do you need a diaper?
And you know, you guys, when this all started,
I hear you.
nobody really knew it was gonna get.
It's one of your relatives. Can you tell?
And at the time,
Yeah.
Councilman
Bakers all got the same heads.
Boston, two council representatives wanted to do something about it. And we had to wait for this report to come in. And the person who brought it in here just finally got a chance to do it last month. And so we asked him what his recommendation was, and he said,
You need
have
diaper?
to give
Hold
the
it.
chairman information on this. So we had to wait until just this past council meeting, until we heard his response. And once we heard his response,
Charles,
then his due
can you
process
please
was
record
done.
for me? I gotta go change my baby's
So
diaper.
now,
Can I do what?
Just hold it. It's
you
on.
have the report. The names have been omitted from there because some of them are BIA people, and we don't want to be sitting in court here ourselves, you know that. So, and what Joletta said is true. Because, you know, ever since we read this, we've had to carry it around on our shoulders because we knew what we had to do with it. We knew that if we turned it over to the FBI, and part of it has already been turned over, the rest of it hasn't yet, but it has to be. Otherwise, we're part of it too. We're just as guilty then as the person who probably, I'm not saying that I can't say 100% that he done this. It's up to the jury and judge to make that determination. I'm not going to sit here and judge anybody. It's going to be up to them to make their decision.
They're saying that there is 1,700 pages.
No, that's not
What
right.
is that then?
What basically the whole thing was probably about 3 binders, but most of it was exhibits.
Is that what Ken Hall had then?
I don't know what Kenny had.
Those were affidavits, exhibits,
Affidavits and
testimonies,
exhibits.
whatever.
Timeline, it was just a timeline.
Yeah, and timelines. And so it was kind of, so we asked him for a condensed version of it so that people could read it in a more uniform,
Different pages, it
yeah.
refers to 79, 93.
Yeah. So then now you can read that, and you have an attorney here in the room, you got a couple of them, so, you know, they should make some good decisions there.
So this is the entire report and without the exhibits.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure.
I have copies of check stubs of employees at the casino who paid their bills at Minot stores with casino checks. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. You aren't checking on those people over there either.
That needs to be.
And I already reported it to the FBI the other day.
That casino is broke.
Yep.
There's a lot more that needs to be investigated.
Well, yeah.
But we got
Yeah,
the
we
report.
got this part.
This is what we came for. The summary.
We can go back to our real estate.
Part of this investigation and part of it as tribal member, Vance, I was working with him and he got the petition of recall. And I was telling the people out there, I said, you know, we're here to find out what's corrupt and get that report. But in here, through Article 5, Section 4, we got rights to recall. And so could we exercise those rights? Because you're the secretary.
Okay, this is one of the things that Councilman Fox and I done. We brought up a resolution, and I'm telling you this because this was done in closed session. Brought up a resolution to have him removed, and we were cautioned that we couldn't at that time because he had to be proven guilty. So that's kind of what stopped it.
Can he be put on probation of some sort?
We the people want
Take away his
this.
power until the process is over?
I think I'm gonna ask our legal advisor back there, Caleb, if he could be. This is something that I've kind of tossed around in my mind too, is if he could be basically stripped of any type of his rights.
I'm gonna grab one real quick. Be right back.
Is that the same reason why I couldn't get rid of Gary Benson?
Clean it up.
Judy, because the attorney said that, you know, he has due process and he's got to be found guilty before you can take action, can you not take action on an interim basis and suspend him and suspend the authority?
We tried that. That was, our whole intent was Councilman Fox and I tried to do it, but we couldn't get the votes. To be honest with you, we could not get the votes, so we
You'll
both,
get the vote
yeah.
as people become more aware of the significance of what's happened here on Fort Worth. People are going to put pressure on the council to do that. And if they don't, it's their own political suicide because they're the candidates running.
And if you go back to your constitution, the communities have every right for a petition for recall. You know, you guys got every single right to do whatever you want to do.
Be the leader, please.
And all you have to do is get a certain percentage of it and bring it back.
And it won't get thrown in the trash because we brought petitions before during Marcus's administration and it just got thrown in the trash.
No, they didn't get thrown in the trash. They were turned over to our legal department. Every petition I ever receive in my office has always been turned over to our legal department.
So what
So
happened to our petition then? Nobody ever got back to us.
I think Jennifer Fighton was the one who I think was handling a lot of that stuff. So,
I gotta say something. I just got a phone call from over there, and this is part of the reason why people are afraid and fearful of their job. That my tarot vehicle is parked over there. I'm clocked out. But when I came in here, I got attacked because my son wants to make this place better. People be accountable. I can't come to this protest. I'm clocked out, Dennis Fox. I'm clocked out. I want you to know that. When you sit in here and say, did you drive over here in that vehicle? Well, yeah, but that's my work spot.
You got a lot of witnesses.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm clocked out. I got a right to be here. I hope you're clocked out too.
Okay, well, we're gonna have a, Caleb, did you wanna?
Judy,
Threatening us.
before you do, I guess the other questions that people are going to be asking, of course, is the report is one thing that shows about improprieties, possible improprieties of council person or persons, and their involvement with business dealings or involvement with people of questionable character and anything, an array of things, transactions. That's one issue. But maybe you guys can address the other issue, which is the ethics ordinance, the ethics commission, the ethics responsibility. And we know these issues